numbers of voltages that comes out of that. It's not just one flat, or it's not just two. It's not just 12 and 30. You know, it's several different voltages. So you gotta have way to create a voltage, and then with the current capacity, and then regulate it, and divide it up and have all the different outputs. I think that the power supply, I think in this 2000 of mine is, gosh, it's about, I'm going to guess, because I haven't been that long I was in them, I'm going to guess the power supply is about 3 inches by 4 inches by maybe 7 inches. It's not real big, but I don't know what, the size of the power supply in the 5000, because it's been so long since I've been inside of one.
Yeah, but now if you had the D model, Rob, it would be an external power supply.
Yeah, they got that box that sits outside because it's got to have that 30 volts to run to the PA.
That's like a pretty big box too.
But then you could have a 1000D. It's all built inside with a big old heavy transformer, and the radio weighs about 60 pounds.
Well, 5K ain't so light.
It ain't heavy as that D. That 1000D, that radio's heavy.
Huh?
That's heavier now.
I like heavy radios that have a handle on them. The heavy radios that don't have a handle, I struggle carrying them rifles in and out of here.
Man, I ain't never dangled one beside being carried with one hand by that handle strap on the side. Never.
Well, if it's bolted into the chassis like it should be, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
I don't know, just always too scared to see a big old pull out and the radio hit the dirt, man. I don't know, I've never carried one like that. Maybe it's a little mobile rig, like the little tiny Yaesu 980 or whatever it was. Something like that maybe, but no big radio,
I'm leery of them too. K4WMM at 30.
K400.
Yeah, both of you.
WA4V.
When you like Clyde up there, or Tom, you just got big radios, so.
Well, a big heavy radio, if the carrier strap is designed right, inside of that strap that you see on the outside is a steel strap, and the anchors screw well into solidly into the chassis of the radio, so it's safe. I've not had one fail.
Well, yeah, you're right, Rob, but on the inside of that rubber handle, it's usually got a metal strap in there.
Now, the little ones don't.
No, but on the heavier radios, the ones I've seen, inside that handle, it had rubber on the outside, but it also had a metal strap inside.
Yep, and after, handling numbers of them and taking them apart, and then, some of them just screw into the sheet metal casing, and I'm not real comfortable with that either. I know that, I got a 530 here on the bench now, and they just screw the strap into the metal casing. Well, it's not really like the radio's going to fall out of the metal casing, but the screws just screw into that sheet metal casing. It just doesn't look quite as sturdy as one that goes through the casing and screws into the solid chassis of the radio.
Yep, I can see where that makes a big difference.
At least in your mind it does.
Hey, Fred.
Fred left.
Oh, is he coming back?
Well, he said he was.
Yeah, he went to put that Miracle Grow on his radio.
Miracle Grow.
Hey, Mr. Fred.
Just put another 5 pounds of air in it, and it'll swell up.
Hey, buddy.
Sounding better?
No. About the same here, I guess. Might be a little weaker.
Good, golly. I don't know what the world's going on here, guys. Man, yeah, a lot of loss for words now.
Yeah, as far as you got a little less signal on me right now, but it could be the band. But the audio, no, it's not any better.
What are you working with, buddy?
Now?
What kind of radio is it? Do it again. I was asking Buddy what kind of radio he was working with.
Right now it's a 7600. A while ago I was on a 7300, and I changed amplifiers back too, so maybe I'm making too much swapping.
Well, if both radios, are you using the same mic on both radios?
No, sir.
Well, they sure sound the same, don't they?
That's a little smoother, but not a lot better.
And for TWH back in the saddle.
Hey,
All right, y'all, I ain't gonna worry about y'all have been bugged enough tonight. I'll go ahead and sleep on it, try to figure out what's going on here.
Well, jump in anytime, buddy. We'd be glad to help if there's anything we can do.
Roger, Roger. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
You're welcome, buddy. Anytime.
Kitty 4 USM clear.
Fred, I know what you need to do with that little radio that you can't get Miracle-Gro to enlarge it any.
Well, I can hardly wait. What?
Carry that thing and a power supply in there in the living room. We'll run you 2 cables. One coax cable to the antenna and 1 RCA cable to the amplifier from the living room to the radio room, and turn that thing into a couch radio.
No, I ain't doing all that.
Wouldn't it be just as easy to carry the chair in the radio room?
Well, my radio room right now is probably pretty cold down here. There's no heat down there. It's nice and toasty up here.
Oh, it's more than warm in this one, I can tell you that.
Talking about the smaller radios, you remember that Jupiter, Tentec Jupiter, and what the box was and what was inside of it? That little radio was so light that the microphone cable would make it slide across the desk.
Yep, Bill had one. I remember that. They were super light.
It was a few circuit boards inside of a box. It wasn't much to it, was it, Bill?
No, it would. If you accidentally knocked the mic off, it would definitely pull the radio off the table.
They needed to put a brick or something in it to make it feel like a radio.
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, just a memory. I'll be back in just a minute. K4MAU.
Come on back, Rob. Yeah, they were pretty nice little radios, but boy, they sure were light.
I never was around one, but I heard people talking about the lightness of them. Well, it's actually right. There's nothing inside that case. That whole top comes off, and it's still above the one circuit board, and I think it's either 5 or 6 screws and 3 jumpers that you undo, and that circuit board lifts out, and there's another one down below it with not very much stuff on it, and then a heat sink on the back of the radio, and that's it.
Hey, question. Anybody heard anything from Mike March?
No, I hadn't heard him, but it seemed like to me I heard somebody on 95 said something about they emailed him something or texted him or something, and I don't forget exactly how it went, but anyway, Mike, I think, actually finally texted him or emailed him back.
Okay, so him and the wife, everything's okay?
Yeah, as far as I know.
All right, I know he was missing from 95 in the morning, and a couple mornings I didn't get to listen here recently, and I ain't heard him on here. And in the evening time, so just want to know if anybody heard anything, that's all. Thank you.
Oh, Tom, we lost another local here about a week ago. WA2RPX, Allen, passed away.
I'm just trying to recall him.
Well, when I was doing all the VE sessions, he was my number 2 guy. Kind of short and round. He was the one that stirred up all that crap over at SVARC that time. And got thrown out of the club.
Yeah, the name is familiar, but I have to think about that. Probably tomorrow this time I'll remember.
Yep, but he'd been rough shape for a long, long time. But he did all those volunteer examination sessions with me, and when I said I'd had enough of it, and I approached him, I said, "Do you want to take this over?" And he said, "Yeah." And so I gave him all the dates and everything, and I said, "Run with it, have as much fun as you want." And I called, that was Bart Yankee back then at ARRL, and told him what I was a-doing. And I said, Alan's applying for the setup. I said, "I think you've already sent him some material." He says, "Yeah, they have." I said, "Well, can I just give him my stock and save you the freight?" "Yeah, please." I said, "Okay, it's done."
Well, you probably don't remember. You give me you was running that session down there or helping with it when I took my extra class.
No, I was running that one. That was down at Lord Fairfax, and old Bob Cooley was there, and Alan. I'm trying to think who all else was working with me back in, but we had quite a few people.
Did Alan live in Stevens City?
Yeah, lived Downing Circle, something like that. There, right behind. Before you got to the old Ayler School, you turn to the if you're coming in off 277, and then you turn right. It was just a small subdivision between the car washes and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I got to think about that. You know, some person I was thinking about the other day, Lori and George. Whatever happened to George?
Heaven, I have no idea.
They split apart, and I don't know whatever happened to him. I don't know if he moved out or what the deal was. But I seen a girl the other day. It was on TV there, and I told Mabel, I said, "Man, that really looks a whole lot like Lori used to look." Of course, you know, it's been 20, 30 years since I've seen her.
Yep, that's one that I don't have a clue about, but somewhere I've got it all put away. I think I know where it's at, but I've got every one of those ledgers from every one of those VE sessions that I ran for all them years. I ought to go back and count and see how many licenses I put out in the field.
Well, has anybody gotten anything or heard anything about Reed?
No, silence is golden.
What's up with Reed now? You just got back on the air the other evening. K4 he met you.
He's back down.
Oh, man, in trouble again, huh?
Yeah, well, he's been off again for what, three or 4 days now.
Anybody still around?
All here waiting.
I reckon out loud, Mr. Fred. This is another radio and a different amplifier all together.
Well, it made a significant difference.
About to run out of radios and amplifiers. How about that?
Now, you've got a stockpile of them, evidently.
Got a good, strong signal, but your mic gain might be a little high.
Oh, I can fix that.
Well, what radio you on this time?
7600.
It sounds a lot better.
Yeah, that's a nice radio.
That's a working now, buddy.
All right, thank you. You got the mic gain reduced down a little bit. That any better?
Yeah, I'm not all that great. JR or Tom or somebody's got a little better hearing than I do, but yeah, it's better.
Yeah, I think it can go down more.
Well, it wouldn't be Buddy if it gets down too low.
You know, my 7600, I never ran the processor, but once I got that 7300 and that 7610, I know they're kind of the same animal, sort of. They seem like the icons like processor number 1.
Okay, I have no processor on, and right now it's just cracking the very 3/4 way at the AOC.
Lock it down.
Yeah, buddy, you're up to normal now. You're moving my needle.
Okay, thank you, fellas. I lied. I swear I couldn't go to sleep worrying about this thing.
Well, you're doing good now, I can tell you. You're the buddy that I'm accustomed to hearing.
Well, I reckon that's a good thing, Mr. Tom. I appreciate it too, guys, and I do apologize. I know Glenn said don't ever apologize. Sign of weakness, but I was raised that way, and I'm sorry, guys. I do appreciate it. Kitty, for you, Sam, I'm at your hair this time.
Well, buddy, before you run, what did you figure out? What did you change?
Not going to believe me when I tell you this.
I'm listening.
I forgot to hook up the remote, the keying cable.
Yeah, it do make a difference.
Yeah, it does make a little bit of a difference.
Yep. Okay, well, I'm glad you got it straightened out. Sometimes it is simple, and then other times it's not so simple, but at least you got it.
That's true. I really appreciate it. I really do. And I apologize, but I didn't mean to bust up y'all's conversation. But I do appreciate your help.
Well, buddy, man, don't be a stranger. Come on in here. We need some activity here at nighttime. So, you know, you ain't messing with nobody's conversation. You're giving us something to talk about. You run out of things to talk about. So, come on in here every night.
Sounds good. I really do appreciate it. Enjoyed listening to y'all about every night anyway. So, I just, I don't know, mic fright. Don't want to key it up too much. Don't want to burn up my radio.
Hey,
wear
make a
it
new one every day.
out,
Don't
buddy. You
worry
can always
about
get
it.
another one.
You burn it up, and you catch that white smoke, Rob can put it back in.
If you don't use it, you lose it.
That's true too, Rob. I understand that too.
All right, buddy. Good to hear you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, gentlemen. Really do appreciate it. 7-3, Caddy 4, yield sim, clear this time.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Thank you, Miss Billy. Thank you too, Tom.
Yes, sir. Well, I'll be able to sleep good tonight.
See you later, buddy. WA4V coming up to 50.
And
K4MAU.
K4WML.
And 4 TVM.
KO400.
Yeah, he's back up to far now. That's what I'm accustomed to.
All things Yezu, Fred.
All
What?
things Ickham, brother.
What's he running for an amplifier?
Yezu 2100 converted to a GI7.
Okay, very good. Very good. Yep. Yeah, keep them finals and that tube warmed up and them capacitors charged up. Don't just sit there and idle away.
Yes, sir, buddy. Thank you too. I appreciate it. That's all I got here. Take care, y'all. I'm going this time. 73.
Well, now, Dad, hold on. I want to know if it's one tube or two tubes.
That's 2 tubes.
Oh, nice. That's good for about, what, 900,000 watts?
If you push it up, might do 8, 9, but I'm running on now. Let me say hello, about 8. Just
Nice.
barely cracking 8.
Nice. I got a pair of them I use on 6 meters whenever I get on 6 meters, buddy. But good deal.
Yes, sir. Cool running little amplifier. We're quiet. I like it.
That's a good conversion for a 2100.
That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, it's hard to get good 572s now, so that's an excellent conversion to do.
Yes, sir. And I hear people kind of looking at some of these vintage 2100s to match their vintage station to, so that might play out pretty good down the long run.
You got any spares?
Spares of what?
Of that GI7B.
No, not on hand.
Well, before COVID, so 2017, 2016, maybe 2018, they were about $40 a piece. What are they now?
Less than that, I believe, what I understand. No, they're a little bit more than that now. I don't know the going price, but a fellow I bought this amp from said he pretty much assures that the amp's going to do okay, the tubes will be okay, and hey, don't worry about burning the tube up.
Especially if they're $40 a piece. Okay, buddy.
Well, I'll add this to it. If you get a chance to get a couple of spares, they don't suffer from shelf life like glass tubes do.
That's a fact. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're a lot better about that. They don't have the problems. And then even if they've been set for a number of years on a shelf, they're a lot easier to condition to put back in service than the glass tubes. So, like, I would highly recommend it if you're going to keep the amp. Get a chance to get a couple of them, at a good price. Get them and put them aside, and you won't have to worry about it. Cause that's an excellent conversion for that amplifier.
Most of those tubes are probably from 1980 anyway. Some old tubes they were using in a Russian tank.
Yes, sir. This is the BT version, so it's the tank version. I know. I don't know. Depends on what happens between us and Russia, I suppose. But I hope my buddy's got a supply of them. I think he does.
Well, I got 2 spares. I haven't been using my 6-meter amp, so yeah, I guess the 2 spares is enough.
You ain't gonna wear them out like that, are you?
No, you're not gonna wear them out if you don't use them.
Well, the only time I do checking y'all's net and the South Carolina Secret Side bed net, that's about it.
Well, now, go tell the wife there you're gonna rag chew for another hour or 2 on the radio tonight and give it a good cooking in.
That won't go over too good. I missed my supper tonight.
Oh, careful now.
Yeah, I was worried, man. I was worried about
hot water off.
Well, buddy, are you married?
Yes, sir, 100%.
And you missed your supper.
Well, I missed maybe 50% of it.
Just say it again, Tom. Tell him why.
Buddy, that's not good there. You missing your supper. That's not a good sign.
Well, let's see what the wife has to say about this.
I'll keep it hot for him.
Oh, he's got a good one, Tom.
Oh, boy, yeah, he got a good one.
He got a good one.
Is your name Mabel?
No, my name's Cheryl with a C.
Cheryl with a C. Okay, there. Good to hear you.
Yes, sir, I got a good one. If it hadn't been for her, I wouldn't have made it through the stroke, so I'm lucky she's with me. God bless.
And I'm sure she's smiling ear to ear listening to this old guy that's over here.
Oh, boy, but he does have a good one, I can tell you that. She said, well, keep it warm for him. That's right, good one.
She loves to listen to y'all talk. She gets a kick out of it, too. So I reckon I'm lucky in that aspect, too.
Not only does she keep his dinner warm for him, she lets him go to the races when he wants to.
That's a fact.
Well, you got to get with Tony and Gail and then get right up to North Carolina, get on the train, and come to Berryville this year.
I would love to, man. 2 times I've been. That's been a favorite hamfest of mine.
Well, load your wife up and bring her along. I'll be able to make the Berryville Hamfest this year. Be good to meet you.
Yes, sir. Look forward to that, Mr. Tom. Yeah, we made it, I don't know, what, about 4 or 5 years ago? Yeah, it went 4 or 5 years ago, and had a good time. Really did.
Well, Mother Nature cooperates. It's a good hamfest.
Yes, sir. One year was kind of wet, kind of rainy, and went back the next year. My best friend, we drove up, left the drag strip at 12 o'clock, drove straight up there and got there about 8 o'clock, and had a ball.
Well, you guys need to come up on a Saturday, get a room, spend a Saturday night, go out to eat with us, hang around the campsite down there, or the fairgrounds, and just have a visual rag talk, rag chew.
Yeah, we all go out to the Texas Roadhouse there for a big Saturday dinner.
Now I gotta throw my little 2 cents in here. I think I heard you say something about a drag strip. Now that's my kind of man right there.
Even made time to go back by Summertuck on the way home.
Yeah, come right down 17. Yeah, you could.
I like that track.
What track is in there?
Summertuck, they still active?
Oh yeah, man, they have redone that place. They have really made a nice facility out of it. Yep, now you're talking my kind of language. That's my thing too. Before I got into ham radio, my thing was hot rods and drag racing.
Yes, sir. I still feel around with a close friend of mine. He's got good Lord, he's got more Camaros you shake a stick at. My son-in-law, he's got a Grudge Mustang, and he's on that side of the fence.
Oh man, yeah, that's a lot of good times, a lot of fun, and I had my time with it, and I still got a lot of stuff, but I just can't seem to find the funds to get back into it now. But I still keep my stuff because I'm still trying to keep that dream alive. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Nothing like the smell, the feel, and the actually doing it. But it's tough when you have done it before and have to sit on the sidelines and watch it. That's kind of tough too.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing, a little frustrating. My wife and I, I got her into it, and we would go and watch and stuff, and I couldn't. Well, I had a car, and then it broke, and then I just couldn't afford to fix it. And so we would go to the races sometimes and all like that. But I tried to tell her, for me to come here and watch all this stuff, it's kind of like teasing me because I can't get out there and participate.
I'll say the word for you: torture. It's like torture. But I got to a point where I could watch other people spend money and kind of feel good about it. Katie4 UXM. Yeah, I'd love to be able to do it again, and that's the thing that keeps me holding on to this junk I got. It's just, I would do a lot better, I guess, to turn it over to somebody that could do something with it and take the money and go on, but I just can't bear to let go of it. K4MAU.
That's how I feel in the springtime when I hear them bikes and crotch rockets go by. And then I remember, no more street bikes for me. Kill 400.
K4WM.
And 4TV.
WA4VE.
November 4, TWH.
All right, fellas, I'm going to jump out this time. 73s, y'all take care. Let me go in here and spend a little time with Cheryl. 73s, y'all. Thank you a lot, too.
Have a good evening. Good to talk with you, buddy.
Yes, sir. 73. Take care.
Yeah, Fred, you make your couch radio now, and you have no excuse.
No, I'm not doing that. Talk on it in here or I won't talk.
JR, it would interrupt the Beverly Hillbillies, and you just can't be doing that.
I know.
It'd be like Radio Dave, he's got Studio A, Studio B,
Studio C.
Yeah, that one's on the back porch there, so you can watch the deer and the dogs play.
Old Dave got a beautiful place down there, man.
Well, it's 9 o'clock. That means it's time for Freddie to get ready for bed. Y'all take care. Catch you tomorrow in 4TW.
All right, Fred.
Good night, Fred.
Working, man.
If you have to go, Fred, good night.
Have a good one, Fred. 7:30.
Night, Fred.
Yeah, I've been down to Dave's a couple of times, and man, it's beautiful back there. Where it's so peaceful. I mean, I can understand why he would want to have a studio outside where he can sit out there and just enjoy the outdoors and have his radio there. JR, that's where I got that transformer from that I said I brought in here and I can't bring back out. You ask Dave, I'm sure he'll remember. I went down there and I got a load of stuff from him, and that transformer was sitting there in the shed, and I grabbed it up and walked over to where the steps went out of the shed, and I set it down, and I got on the steps, and I picked it up, went down the steps, walked on over, and set it in the trunk of the car. And his chin was just hanging down. And he said, my God, it took me and oh gosh, what's his name now? I can't remember the man's name. It just went across my tongue. His buddy that was a broadcast engineer down that way. It took me and him and a pipe and a chain to get that thing in here, and you just picked it up and walked out of here with it.
Winston Hawkins.
Yeah,
Winston, yes.
Clyde Winston. Hey, Clyde.
Hey, Junior.
Yeah, Winston. I don't know why. It went right by, Clyde. It went by so fast I couldn't recall it, but Winston, yeah. He said it took me and Winston and a pipe and a chain to get that thing in here, and you just picked it up and walked out of here and put it in the trunk of your car like it won't nothing. But I was, golly, 12 years younger then.
I know that feeling. I picked up that 2K Henry and carried it, plopped it, and put it in the back of the truck, and Glenn said, huh?
Yeah, I got home and I walked it on in here and set it down, and I won't be able to carry it back out of here. I'll have to put it on a hand cart and roll it out of here.
I know that feeling. I couldn't even think about picking up anything like that anymore.
Yeah, I definitely can't move none of it by myself. You know, those heavy, even the AL-1500, you know, I could get my son to come and help me move it.
Oh, you're a young stud yet.
58, Clyde, but man, I'm starting to feel that's the next thing to go is your strength, I guess, man. Here lately, in the past year or so, I just don't feel like I'm as strong as I once was, Clyde.
Oh, you're probably not. Well, it comes to everybody, Junior.
Oh gosh, I can tell you, I remember the last 1500 I carried in here. Actually, I didn't pull the vehicle over close to the porch. I went out to the driveway, and I picked it up, and I walked it in here, and I walked it up them steps, and I was so thankful I had that little stool to set it on when I got in the door, because I was about done, buddy.
Yeah, I'm thinking about you have to put an I-beam lined up with your door out over into your driveway there and put a chain fall on it and lift them amps up and roll them in the I-beam and set it down on your chair, and then you'll be good.
Tom, that's called when you get older, you learn to work smarter, not harder, right?
Yeah. Because, you know, I know most times Terry's not there, so she can't carry that stuff in for you.
You're right. You know, talking about that, Dennis, Dennis, he brought his 1500 up here for me to fix, and he had built a wooden platform to set it on. The feet fit in it and everything, and it had ropes on each side of it, and had it in the back of his truck. And they slid that thing, him and his wife. Oh no, we'll get it. And they slid it to the end of the truck, and each one of them got a rope, and each one of them had a rope, and they walked that thing on in here on that wooden platform.
That was a good idea.
Smarter, not harder.
Haven't heard him on the radio. I hope he's doing okay.
I heard, I guess it's been 3 or 4 months ago now that he wasn't doing real well. I know he has some problems with rheumatoid arthritis and stuff, but I think something else was coming along, and he wasn't doing real well.
I think the last time I talked to him, I believe he had antenna problems, I believe. Not really clear on that. I might not be telling that story exactly right.
I don't know. The last I remember hearing, though, was he was having some health trouble, and maybe that was something not as significant as I was to interpret it, but I heard he wasn't doing real well and didn't hear about the antenna problems. Of course, if you're not doing well, it makes it harder to deal with antenna problems.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if I had antenna problems, I don't know what I'd do. Because, boy, just really changed. My lifestyle really changed in the last 2 years.
I would say, Tom, because the last time I seen you at the Manassas, was it Manassas Ham Fest where they had it at the fairgrounds the last time? You looked like you were doing fairly well. You was getting along. You was fitting fiddle, and it sounded like you're not quite as spunky.
No, I hardly do anything anymore. Yeah, got that amplifier from you down there. You had your wife there with you, and it was a rainy, daggone day that day.
Oh gosh, I know. I wanted to get there so bad, and I knew it was supposed to be bad rain, so I had that big tarp, and I put everything. I put the tarp in the truck, and I put everything in the tarp, and I tucked the tarp all around everything and tied it down. And my golly, we had torrential downpours we ran through coming up there.
Yeah, you had something for maybe you had Danny's amp for Bob. That was something there you guys exchanged. I can't remember.
Yeah, Danny's 4x1. Bob had expressed how badly he wanted it, and Danny and I talked about that. So, yeah, I got that to Bob and got that loaded up for him. And there was a 950 SDX that actually Bob had bought for Danny and gave to him as a gift. And Danny wanted to be sure that Bob got that back, so he got the 950 SDX and he got Danny's 4x1.
Old Bob was a good fella there that way. He gives Ray an RA-27 microphone.
Oh yeah, Bob was a good guy. I like Bob. Through all that time, went along with through all that, Bob and I got to know each other, and he seemed to take a liking to me. And I remember the same Hamfest, he had a Collins R390, 390A, and looking around, he said to me, what do you think about this R390A? I said, well, I always wanted to have one, but I just never could really afford to put the money in one. He said, well, take this one right here and put it in your car.
Well, sounded like the price was pretty good.
Yep, it was. He insisted. And, I'm grateful to have it. I've had it on, I played it, and it works. It needs some work to get it up to par, but I like nostalgic radios, and I'm just grateful to have it. And it has meaning from the lineage of which it came from, people that I knew and knew people that I met people and all that stuff. So it has value more than just the value of their.
He was opinionated, He could rub you the wrong way sometimes, but he's actually a nice guy.
What? I thought him and Norris might get into it. You wasn't there that Sunday. Well, you were there when it. No, you wasn't there. I guess you were there when Norris pulled in and took the spot beside me. But Bob, he didn't like that.
Well, I met him at Berryville one year. It might have been last time I went, but it might have been before that. But anyway, and he something I had, he wanted it, and I gave him a price, and he just, it ain't worth that, and he walked off. So I said, okay. A little bit later, he come back, and he said, can you do any better? I said, nah, that's the price. He reached in, got his money out, and took it with him.
Well, you got to try, I guess.
Oh, absolutely, I do.
Well, talking about opinionated, you think back, let's look at Glenn and Danny and like Bob, and they ain't been very many opinionated guys that would hang around here, was there?
I don't know if it was Berryville or Manassas. If Bob came to Manassas Hamfest or not. But he had a 10-tech amplifier, and I don't know who bought it in the... Can't even remember who bought it. You might know, Rob, but that 10-tech amplifier, it had a broken meter. That may help you remember. I think it had a broken meter. But it had so much cigarette smoke on it. I'm telling you, it was so sticky. It was unbelievable, the cigarette smoke that was on it. Now, I smoked back when I first became a ham so much in my little radio room with the door shut so the kids wouldn't come in. to my original license there is just yellow as a vanilla envelope. Cigarette smoke. I didn't have it in a glass. You know, it was just hanging on the wall. But man, that amplifier, I don't know anybody that would have bought it, and daggone it, somebody didn't buy it.
No, I can't say I'm familiar with what you're talking about, but the conditions I am, yes, believe me. I've had stuff come here, and I put it outside for a couple of days before I bring it in. I literally do. And I had one radio came here, JR, one time. I let it sit outside a couple of days, and then when I went I was like, okay, I got to bring it in. Let me open it up out here, outside. And I opened it up outside, and like you say, it had just yellowish film on everything. I said, no, it's not. And I used 2 cans of not brake cleaner, but contact cleaner. That's what I want to say. I used 2 cans of contact cleaner and sprayed that thing down inside, and the yellow stuff just ran off of it, and took the air compressor and blew it out, and did that a couple of times until I used up 2 whole cans of contact cleaner on all the circuit boards and everything inside of it, and blew it out with the air compressor and let it air out in the sunshine before I would bring it inside. It just reeked, and I don't smoke. I haven't smoked for 35 years, so to bring it in my house, oh yeah, it's going to stink up my house.
Well, I hear you, KLQ. Bob, he'd smoke one cigarette after the other. That's what it would take to get something caked like that. Sitting it outside would do it. You could like never bring it in. It was so, but you know, I can't remember who bought it, but somebody surely bought it up from him. But yeah, you know, I smoked too back in the day. Who's the station trying to get in here? Was it KLQ? Who's that?
Yes, Jim and KLQ. I think I said here earlier about the cleaning up the old rigs with coming on a tar and stuff like that, because it is conductive. And I found out the hard way after my dad warned me to it. And I've worked for the phone company for years. But anyhow, I had an old FP101 one time, but somebody smoked like a chimney and had a lot of yellow stuff into it, and I sprayed it. He said, be very careful when you fire it up. So, lo and behold, poof, had a capacitor pop, because I had it, the tar went down there and then jumpered something else. But anyhow, yeah, you got to watch with that. That tar is very conductive.
Oh yeah, it can form conductive paths, and then also it will also form an acid nature, and it will eat leads off of components. It will just eat and etch away at stuff. I've had stuff come in here to be repaired, and that's the case. You know, you clean it up and you get that out of there, but actually eating the lead off of a capacitor or a transistor or something like that. It reacts with the moisture in the air, and it gets corrosive. It's really bad stuff. But talking about that, what was that? There you go. Gosh, what's it? Chuck. Ask Chuck, that AL-1500. Chuck, that thing is full of cigarette smoke and it stinks. And it did. And I cleaned it, and I went through my process before I would work on it and bring it in here. But I did hear him say, he said, I don't know what you did to it, but you can turn it on and you can run it all day and you can stand right next to it and it don't have no odor anymore. He said, I don't know if you will tell anybody what you did, and you might keep that secret to yourself, but you sure did clean it up.
Crud cutter, and a garden hose.
It did reek pretty bad, JR. It was coated inside yellow and everything, and on the chassis, on the circuit boards, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm not bringing that in the house because I'll be smelling it all night long. So, yeah, I cleaned it up good before I brought it in here, and when he got it back, it was nice and clean and working great.
Denatured alcohol works, Rob, and then for the odors, just to make sure, you put one of those dryer sheet things down in the cabinet, put the lid back on, it'll absorb a lot of that stuff into that fiber.
Oh, it does. Well, we all have our techniques, Greg, you know, and I have my techniques because, like I say, if it's that bad, then I'm outside and I take it, set it on the tailgate of my truck and open it up, and it's not even hot yet, and I smell it. If I bring it in the house, I'm going to be smelling that all night long while I'm trying to sleep. So I'm like, I got to clean this dude up out here before I bring it in. And I have my methods I go through to clean it up and stuff before. It has to be, I could bring it in and work on it and fire it up, and it's going to get heat. And if it's going to heat up the components naturally, it'll reek out if it's not clean. And I don't want that smell in the house because I don't smoke anymore. So when I go to bed at night, I don't really smell my work. So I have my techniques and things I do, and if it's good enough for me to bring it in here and work on it, then it's going to be okay.
Good thing meters don't have smoke in them.
What's that, Clyde?
It's a good thing meters don't have smoke in them.
Yeah, those meters. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, well, they were small, so there you go. One of those meters was pretty yellow, but it's. I cleaned it up best I could. It's not smelling up the room. Let's put it that way. There was another guy like that. He was a Kenwood guy down in Texas. I always forget his name. I know it as big as anything. He was really good with the Kenwood radios and the 940 especially. But he would tell people on his website, if you ship it to me, it has to be in a factory box. If it comes in here and it's infested with insects, I'm shipping it right back. I'm not doing anything with it. If it comes in here and it reeks of nicotine, I'm shipping it right back. I'm not doing anything with it.
Well, man, I wouldn't want nothing infested with damn cockroaches or I don't know what other kind of bug could be up in there. Oh, you give me the creepies just thinking about it. It's a guy. Bob, he smoked them damn cigarettes one after the other, man. He had a permanent tar stain on his fingers where he held the cigarette between his two fingers. Not everybody, smokes like that. That's why Bob's stuff was so caked on there, it was like melting off of it.
Oh yeah. Well, back in the 60s and 70s, everybody smoked, JR, and it was normal. It was a normal thing. And so they sat in front of that radio, and well, I mean, if you grew up in that time and you're used to smoking in the 60s and the 70s, when you get into 80s and 90s, you're not going to just stop. So you're sitting there in front of that radio and you're just puffing on them cigarettes, and that fan's running on that radio and just sucking it right in there. And it gets, oh gosh, the whole face of them gets a yellow film. And yes, I've had radios come here that had signs of insects. Nope, you're not bringing them bugs in my house. They have to stay outside for a while, and I'm going to open them up and blow them out before I bring them in. That's just, no. Yeah. It's surprising some of the things you'll see sometimes.
K4WM20.
I know Clyde still smokes, and I think Greg still smokes too, but I don't think he smoked like Bob smoked. KO400.
K4MAU.
No, I got clean fingers, Junior.
WA4VA.
N4TV.
Well, look, if you want to smoke, that's your business. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't nobody to tell you your business. It's just, I don't now. I quit, and I'm not going to bring that smell into the house, because if you smoke, you don't smell it. But if you don't, you smell it.
Well, like I said, that 10-take amplifier he had, there wasn't no smell in it. You could see it, and then if you touched it, it was sticky.
Yes.
I mean, you could see it. It was terrible. I'd have cleaned it up a little bit before I brought it to the Hamfest.
There was some guy, I traded Glenn that Commander amplifier, and he took it, the guy that bought it off Glenn took it and put it in the shower and washed it out in the shower.
Oh, yeah. Or you throw it in the dishwasher, man.
It ain't going to hurt anything.
And
Let
put it
dry
in the
out.
oven, right? 110 degrees.
Go to the
Let it dry out after you put it in the
then
dishwasher.
blow it out and set it out in the hot sun for a day, or put it in the oven, like you say. You put it in the oven at 110, 120 degrees, you ain't going to hurt nothing.
That's exactly right.
I saved 3 cell phones of mine by getting in the pool with the cell phone in my pocket. Oh, it, you know, and jerk it up my pocket and pop the battery out and put it in the oven and cook it cook it for a few hours at 110, 120 degrees. It'll be all right.
Been more than one old Heathkit radio that was taken out in the yard, take the covers off of them, pull the tubes out, a bucket and a brush, scrub brush with spick and span, scrub the crap out of it, and then turn the water hose on it, set it up on its side and in the sun, then bring it in.
That's exactly right.
Yep, it ain't gonna hurt anything unless you put electricity back on it while it's still wet. As long as you let it dry, you'll be in good shape.
Exactly right, Billy. But talking about the stickiness, JR, there's been a lot of radios that I've had, and amps too, but mostly radios that I've noticed. They come in here, and I don't even want to touch them until I clean them. I mean, it's sticky. You can see the crud on the knobs and stuff, and I'm like, no, I got to clean. I clean them before I even start working on them.
Well, I'm sure in 1998 when I sold Danny that 751, so I get a little money to get a lawyer to go to court once he got divorced and everything. But that radio he got was smoked up because I kept the door shut in that little room, and you know, when you smoke in an enclosed room like that. Back then, everybody smoked.
And it's not just all smoke, though. It's just that people handle things. They may be sitting there talking on the radio. They may be eating fried chicken, man, or potato chips, and they're turning knobs. And over years and years and years, this crud builds up. And it's just, no, I got to clean this up before I try to do anything. Honestly, I mean, you know, I'm not trying to disparage anybody. I mean, I'm a human too. You know, I have my filth that I have to clean, but when you bring me your radio that's covered in your filth, I got to clean that up.
No greasy chickens on my knobs, Clyde.
Well, that's because you're not eating very well.
Gotta leave your knobs alone if you got greasy chicken on your fingers.
I don't ever flip my knobs anyway, Junior. That's your forte, brother.
Did you see those couple videos I sent you from the Facebook?
Oh, no, I hadn't bothered to look at them yet.
Man, now that I've watched a couple of her, she just pops up all over every time I go look at Facebook Reels of her little country slang, man. That's the only reason I really sent it to you. Not that her joke is funny. It's just her little country slang, the way she talks about her daddy, and she's got, you know, country slang. Anyhow, you'll enjoy it just for that reason.
I might know her even.
You just might, Clyde.
Well, I got to tell y'all, in my opinion anyway, I got a good woman too, and she wants a little bit of my time, so I got to jump out of here and go spend a little time with her. Y'all have a good night, and enjoy talking with you. Tom, Clyde, JR, Greg, whoever I missed, y'all take care. Good night. K4MAU.
Good night, Rob. Tell Terry I said howdy.
All right, Rob. Have a good night. Take care. 7-3.
Sorry, Billy. I didn't mean to leave you out, man. Good night.
Oh, no problem.
See you, Rob.
Good night, Rob.
Great, Rob. I try to get out of bed in the morning. You know, I woke up this morning. It's probably 6:45, something like that. I looked at the clock. I didn't have to go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna lay. I'll go back to sleep. I laid there. Bam! Evidently, I went back to sleep. I didn't wake up till almost 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we talked about that. I told him that's what he was doing.
Yep, Tom was right.
And here I was up at 4 o'clock this morning.
Usually I get up like that. I got to go pee, so you know, might as well just go ahead and stay up now. It's 6:30, 7 o'clock. But anyhow, yep, that's what happened. I might get another Tom Sunday tomorrow.
You do wash your hands before you make your coffee, right?
Why? I make the coffee the night before, Clyde. All I got to do is push the button.
Oh, okay.
Well, the past 2 mornings I've been up 5:45 and took the dogs out, and then I feed them and get them squared away, and then I put my pot of coffee on, and then I come in and turn the radio on.
How many dogs you got, Billy?
I got Mickey, the little Chihuahua, and then we got a Shorty, which he's not too big, but yeah, we got 2.
Oh, very good. Well, I'm a proud owner, or my wife is a proud owner of 3. Got 2 Chihuahuas and one, I don't know what the hell he is, but he sure is ugly.
But I bet he's a good dog.
Oh, he's an excellent dog. You couldn't beat him. Went up there to the pound. She said, I want another dog. I said, all right. So I took her up to the pound, and we seen one laying there, looked like he'd done been beat to hell. Didn't look like he's going to even survive. Didn't even look up at you. And the old girl says, which one do you want? I said, let me look at that one out there. She pulled him out of there, and he just opened around and says, okay, what you want there, a human? I said, this is what I want. So I brought him home, and he's turned out to be an excellent dog.
How big is it?
Oh, about maybe 1.5 foot long and about 1 foot tall.
So he probably doesn't weigh, 15 pounds, something like that?
So he probably 20, 25. A lot of wiry hair on him, too.
All right.
They charge you anything for him to get him out of the pound?
No, Tom, actually that day was come in and adopt him for free day. She even gave us the collar and the chain leash to go with it.
You don't have to sign a contract to get him neutered or anything?
He'd already been.
Time to catch a dog, next thing you know, they want to charge you for the 5 shots they gave you while they had it and whatever else they did to it while they had it.
We're not in the big city, Junior.
Yeah, you have to go through adoption. You have to be approved to even get them.
Well, not here, you don't. We ain't got no SPCA or PETA or none of that crap around here.
Yeah, yours is a lot more less formal.
Yeah, we're laid back. But he's been an excellent little dog. We call him Tubbs. That's one of the answers to it.
Yeah, around here, they give the dog a cell phone or a cat, whatever you're getting from the SPCA, and then they call him and check, see what kind of owner you are, whether he wants to stay or not.
Oh, my goodness.
Tom, y'all never had any cats, dogs, or horse?
Oh, man, we've had a little of everything.
I know you had a steel horse.
We had cows. We had dogs. We had cats. We had a skunk. Frogs, fish.
A bat, and don't forget the turkey you have now, right?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the bat. Yeah, the bat. Tell you one thing, that caused me to read a lot of books, and I still don't have answers.
But
Don't forget that hooping crane used to come over and eat your goldfish.
Which brings me to ask, did he show up today?
No, he was here a couple of days, 3 or 4 days ago. He come in for a little bit, and I haven't seen him since. There's something ate the corn, Billy.
Well, fellas, this time I need to go jump on the freedom net. Been awful good talking to all of you. 7-3, everybody. See you tomorrow. KR4DX.
All right, Clyde, you have a good night, and take care. Be safe. 7-3.
We're going to be gathering all those illegals come Monday?
You got that crap right. Go
See
grab
ya, buddy.
it. Get out of here, boy.
See you later.
Later, man. KR4DX.
Night, Clyde.
Yeah, I saw that on Fox tonight. Starting Tuesday, they're going to start hitting all the sanctuary cities in these blue states, and they're going to round them up.
Well, they're full of, even right here up here at Woodbridge in Prince William County, Manassas, they're just full of, a lot of them full of gang members, you know. That's what they're going after, trying to, squash these gangs or just take it over. They bringing their country life here and think they can, hell, they taking over apartment buildings, collecting the money.
Well, I got a feeling when they go after them, they're not going to be nice, and they not be carrying slingshots either.
The only trouble is that they'll outgun the ISIS or whoever shows up.
I bet you had a tattoo removal laser studio or something like that, you make a lot of money getting rid of them gang tattoos right now. It's the word's got to be out that Trump's coming.
Well, that's them tattoos. I'm proud of them. That's like a paint job on a car.
Well, that's that giveaway. You got MS-13. I know I don't know. All those gangs got their own tats. 1%ers or whatever, like the Hells Angels. They know who they are by their tattoos. But
I'm sure they know where they're at because they said Tuesday they're gonna start and they're gonna hit them hard.
Those gangs. The word's got to be out in the community of those gangs. Whatever, wherever or whoever they are, Guatemala, El Salvador, whatever gang, Mexican cars. The word's got to be out. Trump's coming.
Well, there's gonna be some of the rougher ones. They're not gonna go easy. That's what I say. They're not gonna show up with slingshots. They're gonna have full auto and plenty of equipment with them.
Well, I certainly hope they don't bring in them daggone M14s or 16s or whatever. Yeah, 16s. Little BB guns.
No, they'll show up with probably some short-barreled M4s.
I mean, he's already broadcasting we're starting in Chicago. And it ain't just South American. I mean, you got Chinese damn immigrants setting up police stations, Chinese police stations in the United States so they can police their own people that's here. That's going on. And of course, you got the Al-Qaeda, ISIL, whoever, kill all the, all that's it's not just a Spanish, South American, Central America gangs. They're deporting them all, Haitian or whatever.
Oh, I'm sure they will. By the way, probably only one on here that it would affect is you, JR. But tomorrow they're going to pull the TikTok app out of the app stores.
I know. I sit down at lunchtime and I watch YouTube Shorts or I watch Facebook Reels. Some of those Facebook Reels are made from TikTok videos, I guess. But the TikTok app is on my phone. It came on my phone when I bought it. It was part of that phone. But I've never actually went looking for TikTok videos.
Okay, yeah, I saw earlier where they're going to take it off the app stores. I guess they'll take it off of the Android and the other one, iPhone. But they said they're going to take them off tomorrow, so I don't know.
Oh, I thought they was going to wait 90 days for that.
No, Trump wants them to wait 90 days, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Trump, I guess 4 or 6 years ago, he said that they should ban that in the United States, and they didn't. And now they're suffering the repercussions of that.
Yes, sir. Well, the only thing it's doing is collecting information for China, and now all the people that was on TikTok, the way they were talking on Fox News, is going to some other Chinese app that's on there, and they're all flocking to that now. I mean, what does it take for people to realize all they're doing is hurting themselves?
Yeah, all that stuff will be used against them sooner or later.
Yes, sir, because the Chinese ain't doing it for no reason.
Got to buy America, build America. problem is, China products everywhere, that's what you're going to buy.
Well, hopefully that ought to change a little bit here in the next few months or years.
Got to take the option away. I mean, if there's more China than there are any other, USA product, the odds are you're going to end up buying more of the China. You got to get the odds in the favor of the United States.
Well, yeah, exactly. But the problem is right now, you got places like Walmart, the big, box stores and stuff. They run all the little mom and pops and smaller, like Kmart and stuff like that. They finally run all of them out of business, and everything they order pretty much is from China.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking, all the other stuff too, as well as gas, steel, whatever, even the medication. I mean, the only choices we got is China. There's, cars or automobiles are built over there. The plants are over there. It's just, you got to get more American choice.
I agree with that 100%. K4WMM.
WA4V.
Says the guy with the Japanese car.
N4TVM.
KO400.
And the wife just come in with a football report.
Uh-oh, Redskins lose or win?
Well, it's getting ready to be halftime, but they're winning.
Well, good for them.
What is it, college ball?
No, professional. Washington is playing the Detroit Lions.
Playoff.
Oh, okay.
You lose, you're out, right, Tom?
Yeah, that's correct. I'm disappointed them guys from up the band there is not in here beating on us again like they was last night.
Careful what you wish for.
What'd you say before that, JR?
Mac. I said I haven't heard Mac lately. I'm thinking about Mac.
Oh, he runs hot and cold. He's just cold right now.
Well, what I do when that happens, when they get next door, I do like Tom does. I just throw, because we're all close enough, it ain't going to bother as far as talking. I just throw it down on about 18 dB attenuation.
If it wasn't for Billy and Tom in the morning, Reed's broke down and Fred's working, it wouldn't be much to listen to in the morning.
Yeah, I noticed that this morning. Yeah, daggone.
Oh,
It's Dexter and I, and then Billy.
did it to myself.
Did
Yeah,
you notice
and
that
then
this morning, Billy?
Steve finally gets out of bed and gets in there.
He's picking on me, Billy.
Yeah, I know. Well, I already did my job. I already picked on you earlier, so it's Tom's turn.
Oh, I didn't mention his name.
Ain't got but 2 mornings to get on, and I can't even make it, huh?
I'm glad I never got that old.
Man, he's putting it on you, JR.
Getting ready to go to bed now.
So what was Buddy Willie saying there, that he switched radios and he forgot to hook his keying line up for his amp, and he wasn't keying his amp? Is that what he was saying?
Yeah, you know, 'cause a couple of times I thought his audio sounded like his audio, but y'all kept saying his audio wasn't right. But I left that part alone. But I guess when he kicked his amp on, it brought his audio up or something. But yeah, evidently he didn't have his amp on. Or he did, but it wouldn't transmit his amp.
Yeah, that's what it was, Tom. He forgot to hook the keying line up.
Yeah, that was 2 nights in a row he didn't have it hooked up.
So I guess when he was real weak the other night, the band wasn't that good. And whatever he uses to drive his amp was 40, 50, 60, 70 watts wasn't enough to make it to us.
I got to give it to Tony. I mean, I hear some guys check in that are so faint that I'd almost have to put my earmuffs on to hear them and turn the volume up. And he pulls them out, and he does such an excellent job.
Well, I agree, but he's a little more that direction too, you know. Get somebody up in mass ass trying to check in, Tony might not hear this. Weak here, he might not hear him at all.
Yeah, but Tony can pick them. It can be a triple or a double, and 9 times out of 10, he'll get all 3 of them because he recognizes the voices.
Well, he does got a $14,000 radio.
Yeah, but I think he's got $1 million head on his shoulders, too.
Well, what's $14,000 got to do with it, JR?
Yeah, he's just a radio.
And for $14,000, it better do something better.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's got a few more filters than this 5,000. But like I said, I would like to own a 7800. I'll never live long enough to own one like Tony's got, because I can't afford nothing like that. And so right now I can't afford a 7800, and very few of them ever come up for sale. I mean, people when they get them, it seems like they just hang on to them.
There's your 41, Tom. 41's better than 40.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I'm not disappointed now.
All right. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get out here and let this thing cool down, guys. So, good night, Greg and Tom and Philly and whoever's out there just listening on the shortwave listener when he's still listening. It's almost 10 o'clock. But good night, everybody. Joel 400.
No, JR, you have a good night, and hopefully we'll talk to you in the morning. Get your eyes open earlier in the morning. Take care, 7-3.
Yes, Tom. Yes, Tom, and I got a gift card. I'm going to take her out to eat again.
Okay, that's a good deal there.
Yep, right up there at the Texas Roadhouse on Route 3 in Fredericksburg. Good night, Joel 400.
Good night, there. Maybe catch you in the morning there if I get out of bed. In for TVM.
Good night, Greg.
Yeah, I don't think it's so much of a worry about you getting out of bed in the morning, Tom.
Well, I don't set any alarm. I've just been waking up anywhere between like 7 and 7:40, and I've been getting up.
Well, I don't set an alarm, that's for sure. I got an alarm clock sitting there. The only time I use that alarm clock is in hunting season. But I guess my alarm clock is Mickey. When he's ready to go outside, he lets me know.
Yeah. Does he bark or he just gets restless?
No, he just gets restless and comes up and stands up on my chest and like, Daddy, I'm ready to go.
I'm glad he's not a St. Bernard or something like that.
Yeah, you and me both. Yeah, I don't think I could handle it if it was the size of a St. Bernard or like Reed's dogs, a Shepherd. But 7.5 pounds ain't too bad.
I don't know, Billy. A 7.5-pound dog got them little pointed paws, and they know how to use that 7.5 pounds when they stomp on your lap.
Well, now you do got a point. Now he knows he'll take a little run and start, and he'll jump up and then land on my stomach. Now, yeah, that makes a little more difference. And I think the last time we took Tucker to the vet, I think he weighed 12 pounds. I think he weighs a little more than that now, but last time we took him, he weighed 12 pounds.
That's enough dog to, more dog than I need right now.
You have a dog down there, Greg?
Yeah, I've got Daisy's dog still. It's poor little thing's on her last legs, but God, she's what, 15 and a half years old, and her eyesight's going and her hearing's going, and she's had the Lyme's disease for I don't know how long. They doctored her with it, but the effects of it are still lingering on, and man, she's in rough shape. But when it comes to chow time, man, I'm telling you, that dog perks right up, and it's like clean up the plate, clean up the bowl, look at you like, got any more? And then, well, okay. And then 30 minutes later, begging for treats.
Love them treats.
Well, that's a good sign. When they quit eating, that's when you know things has really done went downhill. That's what happened with 2 of our chihuahuas, the last 2 we had to put down. And I mean, they just got to where they wouldn't eat nothing, so I said, well, it's time.
Yeah, that's when it gets rough. I mean, you can they'll go for a day or 2 sometimes if something's really bugging them. But if it gets to a 3rd day and they ain't eating, or especially if they ain't taking on water, you got to step in and get them going.
Oh yeah, you got to do something. That's like Mickey ain't felt good for the past 2 days, and but he has been drinking water and eating. He's just been laying around, like he just don't feel good.
Well, this confounded weather, I mean, they aren't out in it other than what little bit they want to go out and, scratch, sniff, and let me back in, Daddy, type of thing. But it's still, the changes in the barometer and the air, the humidity and all that, you know how it makes your bones feel, and that does the same thing that dog.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
That's why Tom's got a recliner.
Yeah. Oh, man. I've certainly been enjoying that. I might have been able to work another 5 years if I'd had a recliner while I was working. I could have got much more rest. Yeah, got that thing as a retirement gift to myself. Oh, man, what a winter that's been.
K4WMM 50.
N4 TBM.
WA4VE.
Yeah, but Tom, you wouldn't have got as much chance if you'd have got it before you quit working and retired and everything. You wouldn't have had that much chance to use it.
No, that's right there. I tell you, I was pretty active. I didn't retire till I was, 66, 67? After that, boy, I slowed down. Age really caught up with me just the last, I don't know, 5, 7 years. 5 years for sure. Really slowed up.
Yes, sir. I know what you're saying. I quit. I started cutting back on working at 62. I started drawing mine at 62, and I cut back to 4 days, and I worked that for a while, and then I cut back to 3, and of course I'm back to 1 right now. But there was definitely advantages if I'd have stayed working until I was 66 or 67. Then I'd have got the full Social Security that way.
Yeah, well, that's a gamble. You know, they've got it all figured out. You take it early, and if you don't live to, I don't know what it is now. I don't know. Let's say if you draw it at 62 and you live to 70, you might have hurt yourself, but if you die before then, you're ahead of the game. Something like that. Don't hold them figures down pat, because I'm just throwing out figures there, but I needed to work until I had enough years in to get my retirement for the company I was with, because I wanted that, and I wanted the full Social Security, so I think I had to go to 66 then. Can't remember. So much stuff you forget because it's just trivial. That stuff don't stick with me very well.
Well, you're right. My brother-in-law figured it out one time. He told me, I done forgot what the years was, but he figured it out. If you retire at 62 or you wait and draw full, how many years, if you waited till you drew full retirement, how many years you had to go to be ahead of the game, which you would have been drawing from 62 to 66 or 67.
Yeah, well, you know, when you're just looking at yourself and talking that stuff, you can kind of figure it out. But, you know, Mabel, there's 8 years difference between Mabel and I, her being the younger. And I, kind of looked out for her a little bit on that, because she can draw my Social Security when I pass, because she only gets $800 a month from hers. Well, there's no way she could make it on $800 a month. That's just just not even thought of. But she can get my Social Security at the full amount that I'm getting, and she'll get, I think, $700 a month from my retirement, because I took my retirement at a reduced rate, so that she could draw, I don't know, about a third of that is what she'll get.
Oh, yeah, definitely can. But that'll definitely help out a lot. Well, I think I'm gonna get out of here and let this stuff cool off, cover it up, and hopefully catch you in the morning time, and catch you sometime tomorrow evening, Greg. Hope both of you have a great night, and we'll talk soon. K4WMM 73.
Good night, Billy.
Yes, sir. Good night, Billy. Good night, Greg. And good night, Miss Calabash, wherever you're at. Jimmy or Andy, I think. But anyway, you guys take care and enjoy it. In for TBM.
Good night, Tom. Say hello to Mabel. WA4 VA.